Adobe Photoshop is a photo editing software. Adobe Photoshop is a raster graphics editor. What is raster graphics? I will explain. But this is an editor. This is a photo editing software. Any graphics when we see in internet, we always say it's a Photoshop. It's a Photoshop work. Okay, it's a Photoshop design. But actually, everything is not Photoshop. When you come to detailed multimedia software, we understand that. But Photoshop, what exactly do? It edit a photograph. To edit a photograph, the best software which is in the industry now, that's Photoshop. There are many other small application softwares available in mobile. Most of the times you are using to edit a photo quickly. That all have limitations. This is an area where you can do any type of editing. Lighting, color, perspective can change it, angle can change it. Composition can do, photo manipulation can do, many exercise, Photoshop work. If you type in Google, you can find many different type of works, a lot of manipulations, a lot of commercials doing in Photoshop, a lot of photo retouching is doing in Photoshop. So when you just go from here to down, just scroll it, you understand what's the use of Photoshop and what are the works which you can do with Adobe Photoshop. Of course, this is an Adobe product. It's one of the leading product which is in Adobe software. Before entering to Photoshop, few things to understand. Resolution. What is resolution? Resolution means number of pixels are called resolution. Resolution. Come on. TI1. Number of pixels are called resolution. When we buying mobile phone, we say this camera is having this much resolution. When we buying normal SLR camera, we say about resolution. Especially in mobile, most of you have checked 10 megapixel camera, the 14 megapixel camera, 20 megapixel camera, 50 megapixel camera. Sure. This is all based on pixels. I will show you what is pixels. I'm just drag and drop an image to Photoshop. When I zoom this picture, you can see there are some square pixels available here. When you zoom an extreme zoom to a picture, you can see some square pixels. These are number of pixels. These number of pixels are called resolution. If this number of pixels are more, the quality of the picture will be good. If this number of pixels are less in your image, the quality of picture will be less. So you won't be able to zoom this much. When you zoom only this 2 times, 3 times, you will be able to see if your quality of the image is not good. You will be able to see the pixels. So number of pixels are called resolution. Hope it is clear. There are some basic resolutions, we always use it. Okay. I'm just trying to explain to you work-based sessions. That's why I'm directly will tell you some point. It is based on the work only. I'm not giving you an overall idea about resolution, not a lot of theory topic about resolutions. Okay. For printing something, printing in Photoshop, keep 300 resolution minimum. For printing, you're doing some designs for printing, keep minimum 300 resolution. For digital purpose, digital design, minimum you keep it 72 resolution, and 72 is enough. If you do more than this, the quality will be good. But if you're not zooming a picture, if you're keeping like this, you're watching any image, you're seeing an image in social media, Instagram or Facebook, you're not going to zoom like this, right? Of course, you see like this, when you're scrolling, you will see this image and you leave it. So you don't need to add unnecessary resolutions. When you add in a lot of resolution, what happens? The size of the image will be big. That make problem to load this image in social media, or if you're uploading in a website, it will be difficult for you to load it. The website will face a lot of difficulties to load that image. So you need to keep this 72 resolution when you do a design for digital, you're making a poster for social media. Okay, for example, social media poster or any this, maybe you're going to do an advertisement like this or an advertisement like this. So these all resolutions, when you do, if you are doing in Photoshop, you need to keep that resolution is 72 is enough. But it's okay sometimes the people like if the resolution number of the quality of the image is very bad, sometimes they use 100 and all, but still I recommend you 72 is fine if you're using an average quality images. Then I have to say, before you entering color mode. There are color mode in Photoshop. Even when you take a new page itself in Photoshop, it will ask you there are color mode. What are the color mode you want to do? There are many color modes are there in Photoshop. Basically, two things remember: RGB and CMYK. RGB means, right, green. We all know this. Blue. This one, everybody may not know this. If you are new in Photoshop, if you know Illustrator already, you will be knowing about this. Else, this is cyan, magenta, and magenta, yellow, and black. Why K is not black? Why K is not, why black is not B? Because B already assigned for blue. K is the last letter of it. And we call krypton is one of the other words for this, but that's this, just you remember CMYK, cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. Black is the last letter. This using for digital purpose, this using for printing purpose. So this is for digital. You do any design for digital purpose, for Facebook, social media, or whatever, keep RGB mode. Anything you do for printing, you will be choosing CMYK. Remember, RGB is using red, green, blue for all digital. Any design for social media, any design for your website, always we use RGB mode. If you're doing any design for printing, we use CMYK. Okay, for printing. There is an exception case when you do a photograph. You have a photograph which you click from somewhere. Directly you want to print this one. So we will not change this one to CMYK. We will keep it in RGB mode only. The reason is the photograph I've taken from a camera. The camera technology is RGB. The colors and all as per the RGB it has came. Now when you change from here this mode, you will have a problem in printing. So you keep, if it is a photograph, directly a photograph you have taken in mobile or SLR camera, you want to take print out that directly you import it, edit it, and save it. Don't change the color mode. When you're importing, it will be in RGB mode, save as again in RGB mode. How to save and all I will discuss later. Actually, here is a mode, image mode. We can change from RGB to CMYK and all, but we'll do that later. So I tell you again, when you take a photograph from Photoshop or somewhere, with a mobile camera or your camera, SLR camera or whatever, it will be RGB mode because the technology is inside this SLR camera and your mobile is RGB. So keep the same mode. Otherwise, you're doing a design for printing. You want to make a brochure, you want to make a poster or a flyer. This all when you design, you keep CMYK mode. Hope you understood. I will explain this one again while I'm taking the other sessions. At least understood this basic area before entering the Photoshop. If you want to know what are the CMYK colors, RGB colors and all, just type here CMYK. You can see cyan color, magenta, yellow, and black. This is actually inside a printer. There are 4 cartridges. These are the 4 cartridges actually. We always buy CMYK cartridge from some supermarket, right? So these are the 4 color mode. Now, when you open Photoshop, if you want to import an image, okay, you can go to File, Open, and you choose your image and open it. Or you can directly select the image, drag like this, and drop over here. It's like as all software. Now, why I drop on top? Because this is one document, this is another document. If I open again, I'm going to open the new one, open. So this is another one. So 1, 2, 3. So 3 documents I can open at a time. If I want to see both together, take from here down like this. Take from here down like this. So 3 I can check like this. If I want to get back to here, drag and select to here, drag and select. If I don't want, I can close. So this way multiple images I can import to Photoshop. When you open Photoshop, you can create a new page also. But before new page, you practice with some images. How can we import to Photoshop? File, open, then select an image, open it this way. I open file, open another image here, open it. Now I want to take this image to here. So just do this way. Okay, you can see both. The first tool here, which is called move tool. Select the move tool, click here, drag from here to here. So this image I drag to here. Repeat again, Control Alt Z is undo. Okay, Control Alt Z undo. Here, Alt Control Z. So from here, take move tool. From this document, from here you drag and drop to here. If you don't want this, I close this. Now, if I want to make smaller, I have to press Control plus T on my keyboard. Control plus T. This is transform. Transform. So select if you go, sorry, edit if you go, you can see free transform. This is actually Control T. So you see, I got a bounding box, and from here you can scale it. But if you scale like this, there is chance to stretch this image. So hold the shift button on the keyboard. Then if you scale it, you can move like this. Hold the shift button on the keyboard, do from here. Don't try to do from here and all, there is chance to stretch it again. Only from the corner, but hold the shift button so you will not lose the proportion. Enter, then you see. So Control T, you are in a transform mode. So after scaling, you need to hit enter to come out. You got one image. So this is the way we are taking an image, how can be opened, and how we drag and drop to other. When you open Photoshop on the top, you can see. Now I show you how practically work. Then I'm telling you here, what are this area? These are the menu bar. A lot of menus are here. Okay, using this menu, we're going to do a lot of works. And this menu sometimes 3D will be visible. In some of your machine may not be visible. Okay, there are reasons for it. And you can see some tools. These tools, some tools will be visible, and some of your machine may not be able to see some of the tools. Because in the right side corner, you can see there is an arrow mark. If you click here, there are different purpose Photoshop can be used. Photography, you can see there are something, these tools have some changes. Printing tools will have different changes, and this property box, everything changes. So this will be depends on your purpose. They customize this one here and there. But actually, if you miss anything, you can go from here and take it from the window, any tab if you missed it. So this is a toolbox. In the toolbox, many tools are available. Like move tool, we have taken, same like that, many tools are available. In the right side, you can see layers over here. It's one of the most important things. We will discuss in the next session about layers. This layers panel here, if you're not able to see, you can take from here window, layers, F7 is a shortcut. Or you can change and choose your purpose. Essential means all important things will be here. Okay, essentials are available here. So similar way, you try to change this one 3D if you want for related to 3D, for motion if you want motion, graphics and website related to that. So I keep on essential for time. So this is the basically you should understand about this. This is the area where we are working. If you want to zoom in, zoom out, you need to press Control plus and minus. Control plus zoom, Control minus zoom out, zoom in, zoom out. If you hold your space bar, you can pan. So if you zoom it like this, hold space bar on the keyboard, you can pan. Actually, for that, here we have tools over here. To zoom it, you have a zoom button. You can zoom in, zoom in. You see here, zoom minus, zoom out. Pan here, if you zoom it inside, let me zoom it inside, plus, or you can select like this, I can zoom here only. And if I want to do pan, I can use pan tool, pan like this. Or Control minus. I never do this one. I always use Control plus zoom in, Control minus, zoom out. Control plus, control minus. Okay, zoom in, zoom out, and pan using the space bar. Pan means moving from left to right, right to left. Zoom out. Zoom in. Okay. So at least understood this introduction portion. Until now, what I discussed, just revise it. Check in Google for some other references and all. Then we'll go to the next topic.